freedom. Leviticus 27. Well, in Leviticus 27, they're talking about the value of a person and property and animals to redeem. And the main thing about this is, if you read it, men were worth more than women. And they broke it up in ages. So 1 through 5, 1 month to 5 years, a man was worth 5 pieces of silver, a woman 3 years, 5 through 20, a man was worth 20 pieces of silver, a woman 10, 20 through 60, a male was worth 50 pieces of service, a woman 30, and 60 and up, a male was worth 15, and a woman was worth 10. So my thing is this: don't get caught up in this and say, "Oh my God cared for men over women." This is about redeeming slaves, bond servants, animal, and property. Okay, that's what it's about. It's not about the worth of a life. That's not what the worth of who you are. This is about validating service. Okay, and back then, men did a lot more and they got paid. Back in the day, not too long ago, you go back maybe about, I don't know, 60 years or so, men made more money than women because everybody felt that women could not do, there was a liability to women. Women could get pregnant. They felt that they could get hurt easily and they could just quit their job at any time and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't value women as the same. And it might have came from this stuff. But the thing is, back in those days, women was taken care of. We're not talking about being a woman in the house. We're talking about being a bond servant or a slave and what you have to do to redeem them. And if you read out the scriptures, God values everybody equally, even though we are different in who we are individually and what we do and how we do stuff and what our jobs and backgrounds are. God has always looked at us as equal. He said here in 1 Corinthians, women came from a man, but man is born of a woman. That was to make sure that we keep this thing equal and on the same playing field. 1 Peter 3:7, he said husband prayers would be hindered if they didn't treat their wives right, because he wanted to make sure that nobody had rule or was going to mistreat anybody. In Matthew 18:6, it talks about be careful how you treat these little ones, talking about our children, because we're all valuable in the sight of God. Ephesians 5:28 and 29, let your wife love your wife as yourself. No one hates their own flesh, so feed and cherish and take care of that wife the same way. And then he talks about in Matthew 5, 1 through 12, that he's here for the poor and those that mourn and those who are meek and those who thirst and those who are persecuted. So God is letting you know I'm here for everybody the same way. So don't let that chapter make you think that men are more important than women. That was just a way to validate bond servants and slaves. That's it. But everybody's important to God. Everybody. Don't ever forget